Hey guys, it's Jay. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is personal to me, something that I think about a lot, and something that I know a lot of people deal with, and it's an issue that not enough people talk about. So I wanted to talk about it. A lot of people know, whether you went to high school with me and you see me dressed up in drag, or you seen me with pearl earrings, or whatever. And I guess I should start by telling you this little story of one day when I visited elementary school, and it was a kindergarten student who saw my nails painted purple, and he asked me. He said, "Are you a boy or girl?" Now I was actually dressed what society tells us is dressed like a boy. I just happened to have my nails painted that day, and it confused this boy, and that got me to thinking about how we are socialized, even as young children, to associate some things as male appropriate and to associate other things as female appropriate. Some of my biggest heroes are those who are transgendered and gender nonconforming, because it takes an extreme amount of courage to stick by that, to and be proud of it, especially when so many people who are gender nonconforming, who are transgendered, are being murdered, who are being killed, who are being kicked out of their homes just because of how they feel on the inside. It's no secret to anyone that I've often thought about politics. Maybe, you know, some people say that, you know, I should run for office one day, and I'll be lying if I haven't thought about what does that mean for me, being someone who's one LBGT and someone who's gender nonconforming. Will people accept me? Will people, want to work with someone who is gender nonconforming? Who's I'm getting my words all mixed up. It's such a touchy subject for me. Someone whose gender expression sometimes doesn't always match their sex. But recently I came to a realization that I'd rather honestly be who I am on the inside than seek the approval of anyone who to validate me, because I'm enough alone. It only matters what I think about myself. It only matters how I feel and how I choose to express myself. And I have a right, just like every other person has a right, to express their gender, how they choose, and how they feel. My gender is something that I've been exploring, you know, and I'm something I will continue to explore. But I'm not going to continue to hide my thoughts about my own identity as a genderqueer person for any reason or any career, because I honestly do think that we are at a turning point where people are starting to get it. People are really starting to understand that people, whether they're lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, are human. They're people. They're just that. And they're no different than anybody else. And I remember when I was in high school, I dressed up and I had a wig and I had on female clothes. And I had a teacher tell me that I had to leave class because I made him uncomfortable and that I was a distraction. And I remember how that made me feel. And I've often thought about what this genderqueer identity would mean for my future. For would my friends accept me? Would people accept me? But I've come to the point, as I said earlier, I really don't care. So I'm just sharing that with you all. I'm Jay, and I'm genderqueer. And if you choose to accept me, that's great. And if you choose not to accept me, that's great too. Because if you really are my friend, and if you really if you really are my friend, then you would accept me regardless of what my gender identity is. And I know there are so many genderqueer, transgender, male to female, female to male, or anything in between that spectrum, who are afraid of just being who they are. And I wanted to let you know that you don't have to be afraid. You're not alone. There are so many people like you. We're all in this together, and it's getting better. It's I don't even know what to say anymore. But you can be who you are. And if anyone ever tells you that they don't want to be your friend because of how you choose to identify, then they weren't really good friends in the first place. And you're not crazy, they are. So stay strong. You're not crazy. You're going to be fine. You're going to grow up. And you're going to live full lives. And you're going to find people who support you for who you are. And I thank you for being who you are, all those people who are out in trans, because it really inspired me to make this video, and it really inspired me to be comfortable with who I am. And I thank you for that, and I just wanted to share that. Good night.